Cloudcast Media.
Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show, amplifying the voices of social impact organizations, entrepreneurs, local nonprofits, and other community champions who shape the culture, creativity, and connectivity of San Diego. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing good things to San Diego for over 60 years. Learn more about what is good for you and good for all by visiting www.missionfed.com.
I'm Drew Schlosberg of Cloudcast Media. We are just absolutely thrilled to have folks in for EJE Academies. We got Eva Pacheco. She's the founder of EJE Academies and joined by Kristina Quesada Parker, Community Relations and Alumni Coordinator. And two cool students are with us today, Reef Kubota, I think you can get that right here in Paty, Murrillo. How you folks doing? Everyone doing well?
We are doing great.
Great. Happy to be here.
Good. How about you, Reef?
I'm doing good.
Good. What grade are you in?
I'm in 7th grade right now.
7th grade. Very, very good. So has school started yet?
Yeah, school, this is actually Friday of the first week.
How's the first week gone so far?
It's gone pretty good. I like 7th grade.
Good, very good. So let me get this right here. I used to work for the school district. So you're studying about medieval times? Is that what we're doing in the history, folks, and Europe and all that business?
Yeah, actually, on Monday, we actually, as a sort of name tag, we made a shield and
I was going to say that.
art that represents us.
Right, very, very good. All right, good. So Eva, talk about this. You founded this thing, correct?
Yes.
How many years ago?
This is going to be our 18th year.
And why did you do this? What brainchild said, I'm going to be doing this?
Well, it was all about need and all about parents wanted quality bilingual education for their children and for my own children. So when have this opportunity came to us, we step out and we say this is the school that we want to create to provide the education that we are advocating for.
Right now, is it a K through 12 school? Is it K through 8?
It's a TK.
Oh, TK, very good.
Through 8th grade.
Through 8, and how long have you been in business? You said
18 years.
Oh my goodness! And where are you located?
In El Cajon.
El Cajon, okay.
El Cajon, East County.
Right, and do you are you affiliated with a school district, Cajon Valley, at all, or as a charter?
Cajon Valley is the authorizer.
Okay, right.
But we are an independent charter.
Of course you are.
So.
Yeah, one of my good friends is the superintendent of Cajon Valley, David Miyashiro.
Okay.
Yeah, and so forth. So what's the premise? Is to teach dual language at a very young age, correct?
Yes. And this bilingual school is for all students. Anyone who come to EJE, when they graduate, they graduate bilingual.
Right. And am I pronouncing? Is it called EJE? How do you pronounce it?
EJE.
EJE. Okay, very good. Thank you.
EJE means excellence and justice and education.
All right. I like that. Very, very good over here. Kristina, how'd you get involved?
So in the position that I started with, I was actually founding alumni college and career counselor. So I was looking through EdJoin and I saw my dream job. I was like, how did this happen? It's everything that I want to do, serving middle school students and doing the college and career counseling. It's usually you see that in high school.
Right.
I went to the interview. I remember it was so scary because there was like 5 people there. And I immediately...
Was Eva one of the ones involved?
Eva was one of them. She had a huge smile on her face the entire time.
Okay.
But I knew, like, from that interview that this is where I wanted to be and that I wanted to be there for the rest of my career, I hope.
Well, there you go. How many students are at the academies?
So we have around 800 students right now, TK to 8th grade.
Right.
And then we also have... We're fairly new middle school, but we have 772 graduates. So some of them are in high school.
Are they evenly divided from TK up to 8 pretty much? Mm-hmm. Yeah, mm-hmm. Great. And then the teachers, I take it, are all bilingual?
I can say 98%.
That's almost 100. That
Yes.
That's 100%. And so, what languages is it? Spanish, English. Are you doing other languages like French and Russian and Chinese or whatever?
At this time, it's Spanish and English.
Spanish and English, and you start them young.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what? I got to tell you something, and I don't tell you guys this because you've got the recipe. It's amazing when you talk to folks in different countries, of course, and they're in Europe. They're learning 3 languages. At age kindergarten. Mm-hmm. We traditionally wait until you get into 9th grade, and then wait, that's a little too long. What you guys are doing is spot on this. So. Reef, have you been there since you were in kindergarten, or did you just start recently?
I've actually been at TK since. I've actually been at EJE since TK, and I was actually part of the first TK group. So I was like one of the guinea pigs testing out how TK went, and I'd say it went pretty well because still to this day it's a program.
Well, I think that's fantastic. So you could conduct this interview in fluent Spanish, correct?
Yes.
If I knew Spanish, correct?
Yes.
So, we're going to try something fun. If you don't mind, okay, can I ask you a question in English? You can answer it in Spanish?
Yeah, sure.
What do you like most about the program?
Lo que a mí me gusta más de las academias EJE es las conexiones que tú puedes hacer con los maestros y todos los estudiantes ahí.
And translate that.
I said what I like most about EJE Academies is the connections that you make and can make with the teachers and all the students there.
Beautifully stated in both languages, very, very much. We're going to give you the microphone, and you're going to take over the interview. What do you think?
Okay.
No, in all seriousness, one of the things that we do in Cloudcast Media, and my business partner who happens to be out in the East Coast right now is coming back in a couple of weeks. If you are interested, our goal is to set up podcast studios in every single high school in San Diego. Mm-hmm. And so we're starting that already with groups like Lincoln and all this. You folks would be perfect at this. We're going to be working with Chula Vista Elementary School pretty soon. We got to get our buddy Luis Ibarra involved in this up in Escondido. But if you're interested, we'd love to explore it. And we'd set up a studio for you guys, and you would do. In fact, I'm going to sit there and recommend, Reef and Paty to be the first co-hosts of this. Even though you're going, well, you're making me do more work. No, it's a lot of fun, and they can do it bilingual. They could do it just in Spanish. They can do it in English. What do you think?
Oh, that will
100%, yes.
Good, very good. I think it's going to be very, very cool. And so I'm going to talk to Charles about this. And Susie's, knows this. She's been involved with. How many years now have you been involved with my show? 7 years. I've been doing this since 2007, but nothing like this. Okay, so we're gonna focus on that. We're chatting with our friends from EJE Academies. We got Eva Pacheco. She is the founder of the school. Been involved 18 years, if I'm not mistaken, on that. Joined by Kristina Quesada Parker, Community Relations and Alumni Coordinator for the school, and one of the students, Reef Kubota. He is a 7th grader, and I think is ready to be a podcaster. And we're going to hear from his colleague, Paty Murrillo, shortly on this. So, Reef, you started in TK on this, and now you're going on. For folks that come in and are new, do you work as an ambassador and say, this is what is so cool about the school? Do you talk to new students at all?
Yeah, this year I actually, I don't really talk to TK, but that sounds like actually a really cool thing maybe in the future that we could do. But this year, I did help a lot of new students who were new to the middle school, even 6th graders and 8th graders. I did kind of show them around, and now they're all good.
No, I think that's fantastic. And Eva, any designs in making this K-12?
Well, that's in the plan, because right now we are with a big project of building a new middle school.
I know, I saw that.
So, and the high school is in the plan.
Yeah, no, I think that's terrific. One of the things that we're very interested in Cloudcast Media and working with our friends at Mission Fed, and be remiss if I didn't give a shout out to Susie Villegas, one of our good friends, and of course one of the top PR people in this region. And as Susie knows, we're very laser beamed on career pathways, and you're never too young to be thinking about careers. TK, you can do it in TK, certainly in 7th grade and so forth. Let me ask you this, Kristina. Is that something you guys talk about in the curriculum? Here are different jobs. Here's what you should explore.
Most definitely. It is something that we really make a part of, especially our middle school curriculum, but also with our younger students. So at our school, every single year, the students go on a different field trip to a different university just to really start getting them excited about going to college. Most of our students are first generation. They'll be the first to graduate in their family. So they start going to SDSU in kindergarten. I went with these two to USD when they were in 2nd grade to build off the excitement of going on those college trips and really making sure that our students knew what they needed to do to get to a 4-year university. We started the AVID elective in middle school.
Yeah, I was honored. I was on the AVID board for 9 years. And so, and it was homegrown here in San Diego in 1980 at Claremont High School. We just celebrated a 40th anniversary party not too long ago. The pandemic actually was when they had 40 years, so they delayed it a couple. So AVID is a great program for 75 different reasons in that vein. Let me ask you this, Eva. Are you? How do you get the students? Are they all come from the El Cajon area, or they come from all over the county? Where do they come from?
Well, mostly it's from El Cajon.
Right.
Because in the charter, we say the primary area will be El Cajon.
Right.
From the low-income area.
Right. But, I mean, look what you guys are accomplishing. This academy should be photocopied 17 times over, and be doing this in South County and in North County and so forth. Are there other academies that are doing things similar to what you're doing?
I believe so.
Yeah.
There's some, because at the beginning, when we started the school, we went to visit some in Chula Vista as samples for us to follow. So, but most of the dual language schools are in Chula Vista, the good ones.
Right. Well, we were just on a conversation yesterday, or the day before, with Eduardo Reyes, the superintendent, and now we're going to be putting some podcasts up at their innovation center and stations and all that business, which I think, the reason why we're so geeked up about podcasts is that everyone's doing it, and like bilingual education, there's a right way of doing it, right? And then there's a wrong way of doing it. And the same thing with a podcast. When we come back from break, we're going to bring in Reef's colleague, Paty Murrillo, to chat about her experiences as well. And also want to really get to this point, what makes a real bilingual program, and that's not to knock anyone who doesn't do all that aspect of it, but what makes a real one, and then look at the plan for the future and so forth. And then we always save time, as Susie knows. What can our listeners do to support your efforts? Do you need grants? Do you need equipment? Do you need computers? Do you need everything, all of the above? And we'll talk about that too. Does that sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay, we're going to be right back with our friends from EJE Academies. I'm Drew Schlosberg of Cloudcast Media, and you've been listening to another edition of Spotlight on the Community.
When you do your banking with Mission Fed, you get great rates on auto and home loans. That's good for you, but something good also happens for a lot of other people. We're not for profit, so we put money back into the community to help lots of great nonprofits to keep San Diego strong. So you're not just getting something good, you're doing something good. Come to Mission Fed. It's banking that's good for all.
Brand amplification is the DNA of Cloudcast Media, and our code is the powerful blending of sound, voice, and storytelling to lift local brands and their communities. Whether it is our Brandcast, Schoolcast, or CauseCast platforms, the unifying ethos is all about this community, the one you call home. If you dare to dream and want to explore the brand amplification of Cloudcast, a national leader in local podcasting and other Winfluence strategies, please visit us at cloudcast.us.
I'm Drew Schlosberg, and you are listening to Drew Schlosberg's Spotlight on the Community show here on Cloudcast Media, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing great things to San Diego for 60 years. We are in the presence of just phenomenal educators and students at EJE Academies. We got Eva Pacheco, the founder of the school, 18 years now, and joined by Kristina Quesada Parker, Community Relations and Alumni Coordinator for the Academies. And now, subbing for or jumping right in for Reef Kubota. Her colleague is Paty Murrillo. What grade are you in, Paty?
I'm also in 7th grade with Reef.
Okay, you're also okay. And did you start in TK as well?
Actually, no. I started in kindergarten.
Oh, okay. So you started a year after, is that right?
I believe so.
Right. Now, do you have brothers and sisters that go to the academies?
Yes, my brother graduated. He currently doesn't go there anymore. He's a sophomore.
Where's he sophomore?
Helix.
It's great school, Helix High, Highlanders, I think that's it. So what do you like most about the school? And you can say that in Spanish as well, if you don't mind.
Ha sido una oportunidad muy buena para mí. Yo entré a EJE nomás sabiendo español. Entonces, con que ahora puedo hablar inglés tan bueno como lo hablo ahorita, es una oportunidad muy grande.
Beautiful. And what would that translate to in English?
EJE has been such a good opportunity to me. I came into EJE in kindergarten only knowing Spanish, actually. So everything you hear right now in English is EJE.
Well, listen, both you and Reef talk just impeccable English and impeccable Spanish while you're at it, and you should be so proud of yourselves, and I know you are. Yes. I know Eva and Kristina are saying, yeah, this is just two examples of what we're doing. And talk about how important you think it is to be bilingual, especially in Southern California.
I think it's very important, actually, being able not to know just Spanish or just English, but having those two languages in mind to be able to talk about later on. It also gives a big opportunity, knowing that it's such a big thing in reality and people don't take it too much into consideration because it's just, oh, yeah, another language. But in reality, it's, I always like to say, the more languages you speak, the more people you can get to know, and more connections also means more opportunity.
You're spot on this, and it's amazing. If the adults got out of the way, not you two, but if the adults got out of the way and let the kids do everything, then we'd be in a great world. I mean, I'm just going to tell you that right now. And the thinking is just so spot on. And Paty, you're right. Unfortunately, our world is a little crazy these days, and we've lost the empathy gene of people understanding how important it is to have different cultures coming from wherever you are. Not only do you meet more people, but you learn, so many things. And, I was honored and lucky to grow up in a family that embraced that. And listen, learn from everybody. I don't care where they come from, Timbuktu, China, Africa, it doesn't make a difference. They're going to bring something to the table, and we all know that. I'm preaching to the congregation because that's what you folks are all about on that. How do you recruit students, Eva?
It's just word of mouth. We went door to door the first year. So when we opened the school, and we started with 110. And after that, double without recruitment. So,
and we're at almost full capacity now, 800 students.
No, I think listen, is there a waiting list?
Yeah, almost about the same as the students that we have.
Yeah, excuse me. And that is a testament, of course, when there's a waiting list, in the perfect world, you could fill that waiting list,
Yes.
but it lets you know that people certainly have seen what you've done over these 18 years, and so forth. Is there any ideas of opening up for another language? And you do Spanish and English right now, which is the wheelhouse, but maybe some other Tagalog or something down the road, or we're not there?
We are not there yet. But the language that we really were thinking about was Mandarin.
Yeah, I was going to say. Right.
Yeah.
But, if I'm not mistaken, if those things have changed, third biggest population in San Diego County is Filipino. And, of course, Tagalog is that language and so forth. I think the more people speak the language, you look at these kids from Europe and they've got, speaking 4 languages by the time they're in 6th grade on this. Kristina, you were saying when you were interviewing with Eva that dream come true, hope I get hired. You did get hired, and so forth. What has surprised you most working with students like Paty and Reef?
I don't know if it's a surprise, but it's just, it is who we are as a school, the connections that we have with the students. Like, I can truly say I care about them. I love them. Their parents are good friends of mine, I would say now. I've worked with Paty's brother, helped him with the registration process for Helix to get him in. We know our families so well that when we have to make important decisions and support our students, we're thinking about them, obviously, they're first, but we know their families so well, we know their cousins and their brothers and their sisters, that we're able to take all of that into consideration to make the best decision for them.
Yeah, no, there's no question that just looking at these two, and I know they're probably characteristic of the other students. Eva, here you are thinking about this thing 18 years ago, and in some ways, I bet those 18 years went by real fast, and probably sometimes, boy, this thing has taken a while to do this, but obviously that's. And now you're looking at this next chapter. What has exceeded your just wildest dreams about this idea you had?
What have exceeded?
Yeah, I mean, the fact that these students can grasp this so quickly, or just these teachers that love this, or what Kristina was saying, the parents are just, is there anything that said, man, I didn't realize this would be embraced by so many people? I don't know. What do you think the most important thing?
I really think that when you do what you do and that you love to do, that's how you get the results. Because like for example, when you mention real bilingual, it's not just about speak the language, but it's about embracing the culture that they bring in their own, with their own families. So, and that translates to the teachers, to the staff, to everyone who is working there. So
we got about a minute to go here. I'm going to start with Paty on this one over here. Do you have any final comments? What would you like to talk to our audience in a few seconds? What would you like to ask them?
I would just really like to just thank you, guys, obviously, for having us here, and also for you two for giving us such a good opportunity and making it a really good place for me. Because to many people, it might just be another school, but to me, it's really home and where I grew up, and it's made me the person who I am right now. And for that, I'm really grateful. It's
a beautiful statement. I'm sure Reef feels the same way. He's nodding his head over here to the right over here.
We also love you too, Reef.
Yes, absolutely. Kristina, any final comments?
Again, thanks for having us, and I'm really excited for this next chapter in our school's history with the new construction and renovation project and all these classrooms that, we're talking about that are going to bring, we already have quality education. We have amazing teachers. We have amazing students. So with these new things that are happening, we're finally going to have the facilities to match it. So imagine what these kids are going to be capable of.
Yeah, this will be phenomenal. Eva, any final comments?
Well, just thank you for having us over here. Thank you, Susie, for providing this opportunity to us, and hopefully we take advantage of your offer to have this wonderful studio and podcast with our students at EJE Academies.
Yeah, I think it's a natural, and we're going to follow through on that as well. We've been chatting with our good friends from the EJE Academies, Eva Pacheco, founder of EJE Academies, Kristina Quesada Parker, Community Relations and Alumni Coordinator, and two just off-the-rails phenomenal students, Paty Murrillo and Reef Kubota. I'm Drew Schlosberg, and you've been listening to Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community on Cloudcast Media, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union. Been bringing terrific things to San Diego for over 60 years.
You've been listening to an episode of Drew Schlosberg's Spotlight on the Community Show, amplifying the voices of social impact organizations, entrepreneurs, local nonprofits, and other community champions who shape the culture, creativity, and connectivity of San Diego community. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing good things to San Diego for over 60 years. Learn more about what is good for you and good for all by visiting www.missionfed.com.
Cloudcast Media.